Dar es Salaam means house of peace. But look around, there's no peace here. Corruption runs deep, the poor are oppressed, and lies rule the land. The Most High said if we broke his commandments, peace would flee from among us. What we see in Dar es Salaam today is not coincidence, it's prophecy. Every injustice, every bribe, every broken promise, these are the living curses of Deuteronomy 28. Our people in East Africa, the Bantus, have forgotten who they are. We've called ourselves Tanzanians, Congolese, Kenyans, but God calls us Israel. We are the descendants of the 12 tribes scattered throughout the coast of Africa. The same people who once ruled in righteousness now live under corruption because we turned away from the laws of God. Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 10. From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my suppliants, even the daughter of my dispersed, shall bring my offering. Beyond the rivers of Ethiopia lies East Africa, Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, where the Bantu people live. The people say his people will be scattered but returning to him. The Bantus are not just Africans, they are Israelites. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. No other nation on earth fit the curses like us. From slavery to colonization to corruption, these signs are the proof that we are the true Israelites. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 16. Cursed shall that be in the city, and cursed shall that be in the field. Cursed in the city is more than poverty. It's fear, instability, and death in the streets. Recently, the city has faced alarming death rates, unrest, and even government-ordered internet shutdown to silence the people. When truth is suppressed and judgment is brought, the city itself becomes a witness against us. And cursed in the field. Tanzania is rich in natural resources, gold, gas, diamonds, fertile soil. Yet, the people still struggle. We rely on imports and pay high tariffs for goods our own land could produce. The blessings turn into bondage. The other nations eat from our field while we remain hungry. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Foreigners dominate the economy, whether it's Arab investors, Western corporations, or Chinese contracts. They profit, while the people can barely survive. The house of peace becomes the house of death. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 20. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou sendest thy hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. The government and judicial system no longer serve justice but power. Protesters are silenced. Truth tellers are exiled or imprisoned. The leaders speak of peace while enforcing corruption. Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart, and thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. Leadership has lost the vision. The people trust men and not God. We are in a spiritual coma, trusting political systems that were never built for us. They promise freedom, yet the nation is in invisible chains. The curses are the proof. Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 65. Among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, and a failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life. People live in fear of poverty, of police, of their own neighbors. The peace once known in Dar es Salaam is gone. Every night brings uncertainty. Lamentations chapter 5 and verse 15. The joy of our heart is ceased. Our dance is turned into mourning. The crown is fallen from our head. Woe unto us that we have sinned. For this our heart is faint. For these things our eyes are dim. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. Even in Dar es Salaam, our people called themselves Tanzanians, African, Bantus, everything but Israel. We lost the knowledge of who we are, and because of that, we lost our peace. Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. Though the house of peace had become the house of corruption, the Most High always made a way for us to return back to him. Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee, and shalt return unto the Lord thy God, and shalt obey his voice, according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thine heart, and with all thy soul. That then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity, and have compassion upon thee, and will return, and gather thee from all the nations, whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee. When we repent, keep the commandments, teach righteousness, and separate from corruption, the Most High will restore us. 2 Chronicles chapter 7 and verse 14. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves, and pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, and will forgive their sins, and will heal their land. Dar es Salaam was meant to be the house of peace, but without righteousness, there could be no peace. The Most High is showing us that the peace we're searching for cannot come from government or foreign aid. It must come from obedience. Until we return to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, we will remain in the house of corruption. With that, I say shalom.